Shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying him shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, at the end of the day, if they ain't never popped that shit off, that would have never happened like that.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like, they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
So word on the street is that Lil Durk's time in prison has been pretty rough lately. Apparently Rondo has been looking to get back at him ever since everything went down. Sources say Durk was transferred quickly to a different facility because things were getting heated in his cell block. And let's be real, with his status as a high-profile rapper, it's likely he was targeted for his commissary and cash. Then, just the next day, Rondo and his buddy Lil Tim both gave interviews, and they were saying pretty much the same thing. Lil Tim, who's linked to the tragic death of King Von, mentioned that this whole situation could have been avoided. He even went as far as to say that Durk's got a family and a lot of responsibilities, but he still kind of threw it all away. A lot of people think Quando's words are just a distraction, trying to shift the focus away from what's really happening with Durk in jail. Why? Well, Durk made a phone call from prison, and he made it clear that he's not scared and won't be going into protective custody. There was even a post with the call saying, "Just spoke to my brother Lil Durk. He's in good spirits, staying positive, and just wants to get back to his family and kids. We're not about the drama, we're more than just the street style on the call." Durk dropped a real message. "We're men of honor. The code stays the same, no matter how much money you make. Hit the main line with the rest of us. It wasn't just about getting by, it was about standing strong." DJ Academics, however, wasn't too happy with how the phone call was shared, saying it didn't feel like Durk's real way of communicating. Then, of course, fans are still talking about Quando's lyrics. He took shots at King Von's death in one of his tracks. "Man ran up on me and we sprayed him. I'm talking lights out. Jumped out with that pipe out." Durk wasn't staying quiet about it, though his own lyrics were his way of responding, and people are definitely paying attention. The drama surrounding Lil Durk and his crew continues to escalate, and it seems like the situation is only getting more intense as time goes on. While things have been tense for a while now, it's clear that we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. The first big shocker came when it was reported that Durk's crew tracked down OTF Jam, who has been accused of snitching. Apparently, Jam was hiding out in a house near Atlanta when Durk's people caught wind of his whereabouts. Sources say they made sure Jam paid the price for his alleged betrayal, and ever since then, he's been keeping a low profile, refusing to speak on the matter. But the story doesn't end with Jam's punishment. The situation is far from over, and new details are emerging that suggest this could be much bigger than anyone initially thought. Enter Brick Baby, a figure closely tied to Lil Durk's inner circle, who dropped a bombshell of his own. Brick Baby went as far as to accuse Durk of being involved in Lil PB's death, a claim that took many by surprise. In his statement, Brick Baby suggested that Durk's involvement in this tragedy was a clear demonstration of his desire for revenge for King Von's death. To say that this revelation has created a firestorm would be an understatement. The implications are massive, and it raises questions about Durk's real role in the ongoing street battles and tragedies surrounding his crew. Meanwhile, federal investigators are digging deeper into the activities of OTF Only the Family, linking the crew to some potentially illegal activities. They've reportedly found connections between OTF members and questionable financial transactions, like flights and rental cars paid for with credit cards tied to the crew. These discoveries are leading investigators to believe that OTF may be involved in more than just music and entertainment. They're now being looked at as a possible part of a larger network of criminal activity. It's unclear just how deep the investigation goes, but one thing is certain: the authorities are taking a closer look at Durk and his crew than ever before. With the legal battle heating up, it's not just about what's happening on the streets, there's a lot at stake in the courtroom as well. Rumors are swirling that video footage from Jam, the one who's been accused of snitching, could play a crucial role in revealing what really happened behind the scenes. Jam, who has been keeping a low profile, is expected to have video footage that could shed light on some of the more mysterious parts of this story. If the footage is as explosive as some sources claim, it could provide a new perspective on the events that led to the current situation and possibly change the course of the entire legal battle. As things continue to unfold, Durk's legal team is advising him to lay low. With the trial approaching, the pressure is on for him to stay out of the spotlight and avoid making any further controversial statements or moves that could hurt his case. Durk's lawyers know that anything he says or does at this stage could be used against him in court, so they're urging him to keep quiet while they prepare for the battle ahead. The stakes are incredibly high, and with so many moving pieces in play, it's hard to predict where things will go from here. The one thing that is clear, though, is that everyone is watching closely. The eyes of the public are fixed on Lil Durk, OTF, and the entire legal situation as it continues to unravel. There's no doubt that this is one of the most high-profile cases in the hip-hop world right now, and is creating a ripple effect that's being felt far beyond the streets of Chicago. Fans, critics, and industry insiders alike are all eager to see how this situation plays out, and with each new development, the tension only builds. The story has many layers, and every new twist and turn makes it more complex and more compelling. What's at stake is not just the future of Lil Durk's career, but also the reputation of his entire crew. OTF, which has built its name on loyalty and family, is now under intense scrutiny, and the fallout from these allegations could change the trajectory of the entire movement. The accusations of snitching, involvement in criminal activities, and potential links to serious crimes are not things that can be brushed aside easily. How Durk responds both legally and publicly will play a huge role in shaping his legacy. As the legal proceedings continue and more details come to light, one thing is for certain: the stakes are higher than ever. With everything on the line, Lil Durk and OTF are facing a battle that will test their loyalty, their integrity, and their ability to survive in a world where the consequences are real and unforgiving. The question now is who will come out on top, and what will be left standing when the dust finally settles. So things between OTF and Quando Rondo's crew are getting pretty intense. Members of OTF are mad at Jam. And guess what they found? There's this one moment where it looks like Jam might have been wearing a wire. He kept touching his jacket, which made them suspicious. But that's not the only thing they uncovered. They also found an interview where Jam's going off thanking Lil Durk for all he did for him. Durk really came through, paid for his protection in prison, got him a house, even bought him a car. Jam had just come home after doing 12 years, and he was talking about how he ended up linking up with OTF. He was like, I know these people now, but I've known them for a while. Sounds like they were pretty solid, right? But here's where it gets crazy. Jam mentions that Durk gave him $50,000, no questions asked. But then, not long after, he flips on Durk. He goes from being loyal to betraying him. Imagine how Durk must have felt. He helped him, gave him money, and then Jam switches sides. What makes it worse? Jam gets caught with a firearm possession charge just months after he gets out of prison. He knew he couldn't go back to jail, so he took a deal to work with the feds and snitch on Durk. Yup, he turned informant. Now, the feds are using everything they've got, even Durk's lyrics, to build a case against him. In one of his songs, Durk seems to reference Quando Rondo's situation, and some people are connecting the lyrics to a tip-off about Quando's location. And it doesn't stop there. Brick Baby, who's loyal to Durk, said if Durk had asked him, he would have given up Quando's location. Loyalty, but at a price, right? On top of that, a video surfaced showing King Von hanging out with 3 of the suspects. That's linking them directly to OTF and Durk. As the case unfolds, Charleston White is speaking out, and he's calling this a win. He believes drill music and the dark energy surrounding it are done. He thinks this is a victory for people who love hip-hop but hate the violence that comes with it. But the feds aren't done yet. They've got an Instagram live video from the day Lil Pop passed away, and they're saying Durk used it to make an alibi for himself. They're calling it a classic criminal move, but Durk is sticking to his story. He's not guilty, and he's not backing down. His next hearing is on December 12th, and even though he's been transferred from Miami to LA, he's fighting hard to clear his name.